This is an important discussion. Conflict-related sexual violence is one of the most serious crimes in the world. It destroys victims, families, and communities. When children are targeted, the crime is even more horrific. That is why this issue must be handled with seriousness, with fairness, with truth. And that is exactly why I cannot sit here today and listen to you all speak on this issue without responding. Just 3 weeks ago, Israel was added to the Secretary General's blacklist for conflict-related sexual violence. Israel, a democracy governed by the rule of law, a country defending its citizens, placed alongside Hamas, alongside Boko Haram, alongside ISIS, alongside the same Hamas that carried out massacres, rape, torture, kidnappings, and the sexual abuse of Israelis. That is not accountability. It is a moral disgrace. This is the perfect final chapter of Mr. Guterres' legacy as outgoing Secretary General. For years, he has tried to create a false moral equivalence between Israel and the terrorists who seek our destruction. Now, in his final months, he has done it again. He has tried to place the State of Israel in the same moral category as Hamas. Let us call this what it is: a shameful lie, a campaign, and a political theater. Frankly, we look forward to the day this institution is no longer led by a Secretary General who cannot tell the difference between a democracy and terrorists who rape, murder, and kidnap them. But we all know what really happened here. Last year, Hamas was finally put on the Secretary General's blacklist. This year, after pressure from the anti-Israel lobby inside the UN, Israel had to be dragged onto it too, not because of evidence, because of politics. And Ms. Pamela Patton chose to be part of it. She was not a bystander in this shameful process. She gave it credibility. She defended it. Then when asked whether she had seen the evidence with her own eyes, she answered, and I quote, "No, because this is not my job." She also said, "It is not the responsibility of my office to do any verification." So Ms. Pamela Patton, help us understand this. You helped put Israel on a damaging UN blacklist. You helped advance grave accusations against Israeli soldiers and institutions. You helped give oxygen to blood libels against the Jewish state, and then you turn around and say, verification is not your job. So let me ask you plainly, if verifying evidence is not your job, what is? If fairness and truth are not your job, what exactly is your job? Israel engaged with you and your office. I, myself, met with you and your team repeatedly over the past 6 months. But in those meetings, you never raised these allegations. You never presented specific cases. You never asked us to verify specific claims. You never gave Israel a real chance to answer. And then you blacklisted us anyway. You were scheduled to come to Israel twice. Twice you canceled the trips. I was working on the itinerary. And the trips were canceled not because Israel refused to cooperate, not because Israel closed the door, because she chose not to come. Ms. Patton, you had the chance to see the facts. You had the chance to examine the evidence, but you chose not to. So again, I must ask you, why? Why did you not come to see the evidence yourself? Were you afraid the fact would not match the conclusion? This was surrender. Surrender to the Secretary General's campaign against Israel. Surrender to the rapporteurs and the so-called UN experts who bully, pressure, and smear. You caved. You caved to the pressure. You caved to the Secretary General's obsession with targeting Israel.
I'm sorry, but I have to make a point.
I'm
I have to
speaking
make
now.
a point of
No, you
order.
will be quiet because
this is
I'm
what the
speaking
chair
now.
should be doing.
You spoke,
I make
now
a point
I
of
speak.
order. This
You
should not
spoke,
be
now I
personal.
speak.
It
Shame
should
on
not
you.
be personal.
You part of the bullying
I have
of
a point
Israel.
of order.
Shame on you.
I have
you can
a point
walk
of
out.
order.
You spoke,
I
now
will
I
not
speak.
walk out.
You walk out.
We have
Shame on
verified
you.
evidence.
You part
This
of
is
this.
a point of order.
You part of this obsession.
No personal
You
attack.
part of this obsession.
No personal.
Excuse me.
You will allow me to finish my words.
Without
Shameful.
personal attack.
You are part of this shameful behavior.
No personal
You are part of
attack.
it.
Sorry. but
No personal
After-
attack.
We'll come back
Let
to you.
him
We
finish
do,
and
we
then-
do
and then you
need
have
to
the-
call.
Opportunity to speak. Sorry.
No
Shame on you.
Ambassador,
Shame on you.
Let him finish,
I
and
will
then
speak and
everybody
you
will
will
have
be
the
quiet.
opportunity to speak.
You work for the UN and you will respect the rules of the UN. Respect the rules of the UN.
Ambassador,
You will not allow you to bully us. We are a member state and you work for the UN and you will be quiet now. You will be quiet. Shameful.
Excuse me,
You
excuse
and
me.
your shameful
Can you-
report.
I'm sorry.
We know
Sorry.
why you took this position.
Sorry
we will
again.
not allow you to be
Sorry
part
again.
of this shameful campaign.
Sorry
I will
again.
finish my words.
Ambassador
If you don't want to
and
listen,
Vanessa,
go
sorry.
out.
Let him finish, and then you will have the opportunity
No
to reply.
personal attacks, Chair.
Let him finish.
Mr. Ambassador, I would
Ambassador,
ask you
please continue.
to leave your remarks to 3 minutes, under 3 minutes,
I-
please, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
I would like to conclude. Ms. Patton caved. She caved to the pressure. She caved to the Secretary General's obsession with targeting Israel. In doing so, she gave credibility to a dangerous lie. This is part of the moral decay inside the United Nations. First, they accused Israel of starvation. Then, genocide. Now, rape. Rape. Every few months, a new blood libel is dressed up as a UN report. Ms. Pamela Patton, you are a collaborator in this disgrace. You knew better. You knew Israel had cooperated. You knew you had not verified the evidence yourself. You knew what it meant to put Israel beside Hamas after October 7th. And still, when the Secretary General asked you to stand behind this lie, you said yes. You had a choice. You could have said no. You could have resigned. You failed to do it then, but you should resign now. Ms. Pamela Patton, you tried to stain Israel, but the stain is not on Israel. The stain is on you. Thank you.
We thank the permanent